Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at some battles with the, I want to say already the German word. Thanks for this. It's really confusing, by the way, seeing a German screen here while speaking English, but we of course have the Lairon here. As we have a team also with one Vigoroth, which only has one charge move because they said they used the wrong one. They have one that's double move, but they just chose the wrong one for this cup and didn't want to change it for the video. And also one, it's really difficult to actually say the names now where I see the German names because I'm German. Also know the Haunter, not the Apollo, but the Haunter, as you're going to see them farming it down. Every other language would be fine for me, but German, seeing German talking in English is a little bit confusing. But nevertheless, like we can just see them here farming it down there with their... Oh, they didn't shield this. Like they most likely wanted to shield the move there. Would have been definitely better for them with their Lairon, but at least they can farm down this Magneton now. Yeah, definitely would have been cool if they had the boulders to just one-shot this thing, but the opponent doesn't know, and you can actually just go for some body slams and you should be fine. You most likely have to shield here now because this will not KO, but they actually don't throw the move, and we will see that they win the first game here. Good game there to them. But yeah, I am not a big fan of this cup whatsoever. I really despise this cup. I really don't want to play this cup. I really don't like this cup. We see actually some really interesting Pokemon here. Something that I usually don't see. Graveler is actually really decent in this cup. This Pokemon, I guess Razor Leaf is still strong though. Like Razor Leaf is not a bad choice. Especially if this Pokemon is part poison, will be able to resist the counter damage. So actually not a bad choice from the opponent, as we also see another Haunter coming in here as they go down to one fast move there already. We will see that they can go back into their Lairon here. And they go for the bait with the body slam a little bit too early. Maybe the opponent can call it, but they don't. And they have to let this move go through, actually, in my opinion. Yeah, they're going to do this, and they have to go into their normal type here. But we will see them shielding actually the wrong move here. This was a rock throw. Or is it a rock throw? Whatever the move is called, like the rock blast it's called. This is another rock blast, still does a ton of damage actually against the Vigoroth. They go for the no bubble version here of the body slam. They want to get more farm, they get more farm, but this is going to be a little bit tricky as the opponent is already in the move here. It's going to be actually a sludge bomb and they will go down. Good game there. Next opponent, we will see another Haunter in the lead, as we see the Lairon going to be able to go for some nice Metal Claw damage. There's also the other Pokemon, what's called the other Steel type available, Metang, which I kind of want to make a video about, but we have to see if I even want to still play this cup, to be honest. I might go back to Master League, and Metang is also pretty interesting in this cup. Would take super effective damage though from those ghost types, so it might be a little bit more tricky. We see a Golbat coming in here. Golbat will have not the best time against us, as they can go for some body slams, and as it's a shadow version, it will not be able to survive too. I'm actually pretty sure that the normal Golbat is better in this meta than the shadow Golbat, especially after playing my own shadow Golbat. I would say the normal one is better just because they survived easily 2 body slams from the Vigoroth, while as a shadow version it's a little bit trickier. They're going to shield up the wrong move, and now they're mostly going to get hit. No, actually going to get hit by another Poison Fang, as we see the Vigoroth coming in here. And this should be a good game. This team in general seems to struggle a lot with Vigoroth on the opponent's team. Of course, you still have your Ghost type here with the Haunter, but Haunter is also not the best and ideal scenario against like Pokemon against opposing what's it called? Actually, it's so difficult to see the names of the opponents in my language, basically, and saying them in English. The Vigoroth there on the opponent there. Vigoroth is a very strong against this team. That's also one reason why maybe the Metang might be a little bit better than the Lairon. Lairon is double weak to counter damage, which is of course in this cup a little bit of a bigger problem there. Definitely needed to go for one rock side there to KO the opponent, but didn't go for it, which is, I guess, fine. We see a Dragon here in the lead, which is a Swirless, which can go for Dragon Breath and can go for one body slam, as we will see that they go for one body slam themselves. Pretty decent decision, I think, because they most likely not going to shield. Okay, interesting, never mind then. But you can just go for another one. This will knock them out if they don't want to shield, but they do want to shield. And the good thing here is, I would just let this move go through, to be honest. They shielded up, it's going to be a Dark Pulse. I guess it's a good shield if you can farm it all the way down now, but I think you still can. This is definitely a body slam, and you will still be able to survive it, so good decision here. but you also would have just been able to farm it down with your Vigoroth in the back, which would be fine. You can go for one Rock Slide here against the Skull, but you can still go for another Body Slam, which is amazing for you. You double resist the fast move, they just go down, we see a Vigoroth on the opponent's part. You go into your own Vigoroth and you try to catch the move, which didn't work out, but it is fine. Are you going to let this move go through? You are letting to let this move go through. Let's see what you can do now though. I'm not sure if you even get to 2 moves here and win this game. It's going to be a close one. You see the Body Slam coming through, you're gonna get a shield, and you should be able to win this game here. As far as I can see, you should be able to go for another Body Slam here, and you should be able to knock out the opponent's Vigoroth with your own and win this game. But very close one there. Going into the next game now, we're going to have, a horrible late. You have to swap out immediately into your Vigoroth actually, and you're double weak to fighting, which is usually not the worst, but in this kind of case, it's pretty horrible, because the Machoke in the lead is a little bit strong against your team, definitely. Of course, against your Haunter in the back, it's not strong, and I think I'm actually liking that you'll no-shield this, because now you can just get some farm here, and the opponent swaps out pretty late into their own Vigoroth, and this is only a Body Slam. So you will be able to pressure them a lot with your Ice Punch. 2 Ice Punches plus some Shadow Claws are enough to KO 1 Vigoroth in this meta. They're going to shield up. You actually have to shield up the Body Slam soon as well, which is kind of sad because, yeah, Body Slam is double resisted. But I think you kind of have to shield up, and you're going to shield it up, which is really, really weird. But now you can go for an Ice Punch, and you should be able to knock out the opponent here. Let's see. It does not do enough, but one more fast move does enough. We see the Swilers coming in here, so we can go for one Ice Punch, and you can go ahead and go into your Lairon here, go for one Rock Slide, and you will be able to knock out the opponent if they don't catch here, but they might catch. You expect them to catch, but they don't catch, and they go for the Rock Slide now, which does not KO yet. And you can shield this, and I think you are not going to shield it because the opponent can farm it down now. You definitely had to shield it there, I think, but even then, the opponent, I think, will have got to a move, so I don't think you really made a mistake there. We see a Magma coming in here, which is an interesting, spicier pick, especially with the fighting fast move might be interesting, and the Flamethrower gets unshielded, and they go down here. This is a very tricky one. They have also, like the Machoke, the Karate Chop as a fast move, which generates energy pretty fast, and actually it might be a fun pick to use right now in the current meta. There are a lot of ice types, there are a lot of Vigoroth, and it might not be the worst Pokemon to use in the current meta, but they go down, and they have even a Pokemon where I literally don't know the English name for it, so very good that I see it here right now. Yeah, you know the dragon Pokemon? I don't know, it's like Salmon's pre-evolution. Forgot how it's called again, but it's fine. They can go and hit it with one Body Slam and hopefully win this game here. They have to go for one Rock Slide anyway. Rock Slide is stab. Definitely the better move here. They can shield up their rock move. Very interesting that they went for this, as you can go for one Rock Slide, nearly KO them, and you definitely will knock them out with the Pokemon that you have in the back, as they go ahead and go for another Stone Edge, so they are not at another move, and you will be able to win this game here. Good game there. Next opponent, we will see another Vigoroth in the lead. You have to mirror immediately into your own, and they go immediately into a Golbat, which is of course not the ideal scenario for you, as you're going to have to go for one Body Slam here, going to get this thing lower. It's going to be a Purified Golbat, which is definitely one of the cheapest Pokemon to build. If you want to get a good and cheap team, maybe use something like Vigoroth single moved and the Golbat with yeah, like a Purification or whatever you want to have there. The Golbat in general doesn't have to be Shadow. I think Shadow in this meta is actually worse, but yeah. We will see that they go into their Lairon again, and they will be able to farm it down with the fast move of Metal Claw, as the opponent actually baits them there with the Poison Fang, and we will see that they try to go for the full farm down. They're going to have to shield up now. It's going to be a Shadow Ball, and the Shadow Ball gets shielded, which is a very nice for you, as you see the Vigoroth coming back in here again. You have to swap out immediately, actually. No, you don't. That's a little bit too risky. I think you get so much damage here from the counter already, and you see your Lairon being pretty low. I think it would have been better if you didn't do this, but it's fine. You see that they try to get to a bait there, and the opponent decides to no shield, which is ballsy, and most likely going to win them the game now, especially as the Aurora Beam gets unshielded. There's not a lot that they can do here anymore, as they can go for one Body Slam now, but I don't think it really helps them too much. Body Slam, gonna go through. they are in a really weird spot. They go and shield the Aurora Beam. You can try to farm it down. We see the Vigoroth coming in, but I think the Vigoroth can just farm it all the way down. And if you shield just the Aurora Beam, I think you would have been way better off. But yeah, like there were some definitely mistakes in the end game there, which lost you the game there. We see a Rosalia in the lead, which is actually not the worst. Actually, it's pretty cool. It's definitely spicy, but it has like Poison Jab, which would be neutral against also something like the Vigoroth, where you resist the counter damage. Kind of fine. You see also one way low CP Pokemon there. Interesting that they didn't empower that one up. But yeah, I think a lot of people also don't really pay too much attention or play this cup to their full extent, because it's just a very awkward cup, to be honest. You kind of need to power up some Pokemon that you will never really use in any cup anymore, which is really not nice, and you get sludged there, which is kind of funny. So we see another Magma coming in here, which is fine for you, as you can just go for Body Slam to get the shield, and the opponent most likely just ran something random to get some Stardust here. Totally fine, I guess. But yeah, this cup is pretty much horrible in my opinion. I really don't like it, but you're going to see me rage a little bit more, I think, in tomorrow's video. I might just go over to Master League and some more builds from this, but we have to see. We see a Golbat in the lead, very decent lead for you, as you're going to be able to resist, of course, the fast move by 2 times, and you're also going to be able to take every move here. Shadow Ball comes through, that's a little bit more than half of your health, and you will be able to go for one Rock Slide to get the shield from the opponent. And now it's actually a little bit tough, but okay, they're swapping out anyway, and you swapped accidentally, I guess, into the wrong Pokemon here, because your Vigoroth would have just completely annihilated the incoming Swirls here, but I think you just let this move go through and you're fine. You have now definitely a 2-shield advantage, which is good. It's going to be only a 1-shield advantage after you're done with this Pokemon here and the Vigoroth farmed it all the way down, because you're going to have to shield up this move coming in here. But you should be able to farm it all the way down before they can even get to another charge move here, so you should be pretty fine. As we see the Golbat coming back in, you can let this move go through, going to be a Poison Fang definitely, and you will be able to go for 2 Body Slams to KO them, but you might actually want to save one and swap out into your Lairon now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And we see a Charmer in the back there, which is going to be the Bryon, which you will be able to go for another Body Slam here, which is going to put this thing super low. You have to farm it down with your Vigoroth and have to hope that this will be enough then to KO the opponent. You will be able to farm it down. Bryon doesn't have the correct typing, like it doesn't have the fairy typing, which means its charm is not stab, and you will not be able to resist like counter damage, which makes this Pokemon pretty much horrible compared to like Primarina, so kind of sad there. I wish there was part fairy type as well, but it's not. We see some action for the pre-evolution of Swampert. Very nice there. You're going to be able to go for some Body Slams, and you will be able to get a shield here very likely. And you can align your Haunter. And you might actually be able to just sweep with Haunter endgame now. You have 2 shields gone from the opponent. You will be able to shield it here. You will be able to get a lot of energy. And I'm pretty sure that there's nothing really that Haunter doesn't want to face here. Ice Punch super effective against something like dragons, and the Vigoroth here as well. It doesn't really want to take it either. Going to get KO'd, and we see a dragon coming in, and they will be able to win the final game here as well. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I might go towards the Master League again. If you have some gameplay that you want to send me, definitely look at the link in the description there. You can just send me some battles just like this person did here. So thanks for watching. See you next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.